Hello, my name is Jose. In this video, I'm going to be talking about how I set up my button box, and my goal with that is to be able to give you ideas in case you've been struggling on how to set up yours. I'm currently using a Rikmotech D22 button box. It's a 32 function box, and you'll see in the B-roll that I'm kind of using a slightly different variation of what I'm using, but it's essentially the same functions. This box has 32 different functions. So starting on the top left-hand corner of mine here, I've got a dedicated brake bias knob. So just right and left, plus and minus. This I can have it set up depending on the car that I'm driving. If I'm not using something like this wheel where I have it on buttons, I have the brake bias on a big knob here, so it's pretty easy to grab it even when you're wearing gloves. Next to that, I have my ignition switch. This is just a toggle, so I can toggle on the ignition in any of my cars. And then right below that, I have the data switch. This is to toggle on telemetry. If I'm doing data logging for a training session, then I have it here on a button. I have it here on a button so that I can turn it on and off depending if I need it or not. Telemetry tends to take up a lot of room on the hard drive, so being able to toggle it on and off, that's going to save you some data. Moving on to these two rotaries, this one here, I have it set for volume. So this is going to control just the volume in iRacing. And then the one next to it, I have it controlling the different dashboard pages on my auxiliary dash. So I have multiple pages. If you're familiar with the Garmin Catalyst, I kind of rebuilt the Garmin Catalyst on a separate dashboard here. So I'm able to scroll through the different pages there. I actually can also do it with touchscreen, but it's a little bit easier to do it here. Over on this side, I have all of my field of view controls. So these are just up and down toggle switches. Top one is for field of view, up and down, so in and out. This one is for horizon, so this will pitch up and down. And then the bottom one is for the driver height, so it will increase or decrease the driver height. In this section here, we've got toggle switches that go side to side. So the middle one here, I have my black boxes, so I can go left and right and scroll through the different black boxes. Below that, I have, to the right-hand side, I have the mirror. So right now, I don't even have I have a free button, essentially, next to the mirror. So if you have any ideas, make sure you leave a comment below and see what else I can map that to. And lastly, I have the dash. So this one is going to change the pages of the dashboard in game. So whether I'm running the Lamborghini, the Ferrari, Porsche RSR, any of those cars that have multiple dashboards, I can scroll through the different dashboards through that button. If you're unsure on how to set up any of this stuff up, make sure you visit velocityprosims.com/support request and we'll take care of you. Coming over to these push buttons that I have here, I have the top one set up for the starter. I originally got the idea from that, mostly from the Ferrari, because they have the starter there as well. So I've got, the ignition again, and then I have starter right down there. Below that, I have a button for fuel and another button for tires. So depending on what's going on in the race, if I need to make any fuel adjustments for the pit stop or any tire adjustments for the pit stop, I have two quick buttons there that I can toggle those on. And lastly, I have a camera button. Depending on if I'm making adjustments to the driver view, or if I'm playing around with the camera doing some sort of B-roll or shooting some sort of video, then I have a quick button there so that I can access the camera. So there's a lot that you can do. Remember to take the time to go through the controls and go through all of the different options that iRacing has to offer so that you can learn what's available to you. Once again, if you need any help with your simulator at all, make sure to visit velocityprosims.com/support request. That's going to be it for this one. I'll see you in the next one. See ya.